Hi, my name's Lisa Pouchot, and this is my last semester at Texas Women's University. I'm born and raised in San Antonio, Texas, so I wanted to do my book talk on different perspectives of the Latinx community. So the first book I'm going to talk about is called All Around Us by Selena Gonzalez, illustrated by Adriana M. Garcia. So this is what the book looks like. It's beautifully illustrated. And most importantly, I think Selena Gonzalez is a Texas Women's University alumni. So I thought that was pretty cool to add to this book talk. I also wanted to show you the inside. You'll see the cover. It's just very beautiful illustrations, and the focus of this story is about the west side of San Antonio, Texas, and the young girl is taking a walk around her neighborhood with her grandfather, and her grandfather shows her circular images around the city that represent indigenous culture and ideology. So her grandpa often says, there are circles all around us. So what I ask of you is, when you're reading this book with your child, or you're reading this book during story time, you might want to ask the children listening where they can find circles. If they could take a walk in their neighborhood with their mother, father, or even their grandparent, and they could see what sounds they hear, what smells are around their city. And it's a beautiful depiction of the indigenous tribe here in San Antonio, Texas, called the Paptilan Colotecan tribe. And Selena Gonzalez has definitely said she's tribally affiliated. And I think it is a wonderful collection to the Latinx culture here in San Antonio. So All Around Us by Selena Gonzalez and Adriana Garcia. My next book talk is called Island Born, and it's by Juno Diaz, illustrated by Leo Espinosa, and it is about a young girl named Lola. Lola's from the DR. She's from the Dominican Republic, and her teacher asked all her students to draw a picture of where their families immigrated from. Well, Lola moved from the DR to the United States when she was just a baby, so she's struggling to figure out where she came from. The book is a great depiction of Dominican culture. It celebrates the creativity and diversity of a child's imagination as she goes through the steps in her life of what brought her to the United States and what brought her family. She has a talk with her grandmother. She goes to the barber shop, and everybody in the community talks about how much they miss the island. And it has great, colorful illustrations. I love her hair. It's so beautiful. I love that they chose to show different parts that aren't so beautiful, just like a hurricane that hit the island, things that may be painful memories, but it's a great book, and it definitely has that imagination of a child and how she's remembering through the stories of her grandmother. And her grandmother says, just because you don't remember a place doesn't mean it's not in you. So I would definitely recommend this book for a story time. Definitely Own Voices book. It's Juno Diaz is a very popular author, and this is his first children's book, so it's definitely an important read, so children can get a mirror image of themselves and it's a Latinx culturally diverse book. Thank you. My last selection is a depiction of El Paso, Texas, and it's called Vámonos, Let's Go to the Market, and it's by Raul III. Raul III is an amazing writer and illustrator who grew up sin fronteras, without borders, and often crossed from El Paso, Texas to El Mercado in Juarez, and it is a graphic novel. His illustration style is definitely like underground comic book style. It depicts his journey through the market, and it's not a person, it's kind of like this coyote-like figure. And you can see there's some illustrations that show Spanish culture. There's a lot of Spanish words used in this textbook. So as he goes through El Mercado, he encounters many things. And you can see different parts of Texas illustrated in this book. He ends up going to get some churros right here. And it definitely shows the culture between Texas and the border of Mexico and all the things that you can find. You see like a mariachi cat and his flamenco dancer on this side, and just a whole plethora of events happen in this book. So if you find out what happens during his journey at El Mercado, I suggest that you pick up this book. I also want you to see the glossary in the back, and he explains different words that are in Spanish that he talks about in the book. La agua for water, artistas, calajeros for street performers, the autobús. Everything in here is in alphabetical order, and it's a great book. He also is well known for his book with Kathy Camper, Lowriders of the Center of the Earth, where they have this cool graphic novel that's a little science fiction, a little Chicano. So check it out.